They're going to try to wait him out. They certainly don't want to have to deal with him, so the pressure will be on early in the game to throw strikes and make the A's swing the bats. If he can get him to do that, he should be able to handle this A's lineup that has struggled themselves to score runs this year.
Yeah, having said that, Brett Anderson in his 2 outings against the Mariners has not given up any runs. In 12 innings of work, he has not given up 1 run.
He hasn't. He's pitched well against the Mariners. Listen, he has good stuff. You see the good breaking ball, a really nice fastball to go with that. But he also has had some elbow problems, so he hasn't pitched a lot this year, just 43 innings for him. We'll see what kind of stuff he has tonight. But if the guys can get into good counts, get into hitters' counts, and jump on that fastball, that's their best chance.
Great night for baseball, a little on the cool side. Perfect night, though. Good to have you with us. The Mariners and the Oakland A's, Game 2 of this 3-game series. Back with more right after this. On FSN is brought to you by the fast, reliable, secure, heavy-duty internet from Quest. By Sterling Savings Bank, recipient of the 2010 J.D. Power and Associates Award. And by your Western Washington Toyota dealers for over 30 Toyota offers. Visit buyatoyota.com. And welcome back to beautiful Seattle, Washington, and welcome back to Safeco Field. We get set for the middle game of the 3-game series between the Mariners and the Oakland Athletics. And right now, let's check in with Jen Mueller. Jen?
Well, Dave, before we look ahead to tonight's game, we look back at last night's triple play, the first one ever here at Safeco Field, and the first one in Major League history to be turned while a manager was making his debut. Something that the guys in the clubhouse are still talking about today, all except for David Aardsma, who missed his chance to see history in the making. It's been 15 years since the Mariners turned a triple play. That was back in the Kingdome days on July 13th, 1995. Jeff Nelson, Louis Soho, and Joey Cora combined for a triple play against the Blue Jays.
A triple play, you don't get to see those that often, so to get Pfister out of the inning and get us back in the dugout, it was unbelievable.
For those who saw it anyway, closer David Aardsma will have to take Branyan's word for it due to unfortunate timing on his part.
First time in my life I'd see a triple play, I was in the bathroom. I'm sorry, I saw one replay so far, and I'm so disappointed. I ran out of the bathroom with pants half undone, like, what just happened, you know, because you hear the crowd go, you know, and so it's just, I can't believe I missed it.
No, that was pretty cool. You know, Lope got the ball and got rid of it, and we made it nice. It was picture perfect.
Rest assured that David Aardsma will be hearing about it from his teammates for a long time to come. We are getting you ready for baseball tonight, and for Felix Hernandez, it's a little cool at Safeco Field, but guaranteed that Felix will heat things up in his first pitch and starting lineups with Dave Niehaus and Mike Flowers next on FSN.
Well, walking under the back chandelier at the Rotunda here behind home plate at Safeco Field, with fans filing in for Game 2 of this three-game series between the Mariners and the Oakland Athletics, with the Mariners winning it last night by a score of 3-1, and the Mariners trying to win their third in a row. Let's go all the way back to June the 16th to June the 23rd when they won 6 in a row. The last time they won even 3 in a row. So maybe things are beginning to turn around. Let's certainly hope so for the new skipper, Darren Brown, who is 1-0. And let's have a look at tonight's Oakland A's lineup. Mike?
For Bob Guerin and the A's, it'll be Chris Barton in the lineup today. He'll play first and hit second. Suzuki, Cust, Kuzmanov, Ellis, Davis. Chris Carter made his major league debut yesterday. He's back in the lineup. He will hit 8th, and then Cliff Pennington, the shortstop, hits 9th. Take a look at the numbers for Felix. Nice ERA at a 2.84. 174 innings pitched for him already. 152 strikeouts. And the defense behind him. Langerhans, Gutierrez, and Ichiro in the outfield. In the infield, it'll be Matt Tuiaso will get the start at third base. Josh Wilson at short again. Figgins and Kochman on the right side, and Adam Moore will do the catching.
So here we go with Felix now with a new pitching coach behind him, and the first pitch is a little bit low, ball 1, as Corey Blazer is the man calling balls and strikes tonight. The count 1-0. There's Carl Willis, new pitching coach for the Mariners, and that's a strike at the knees. Rick Adair and Felix, I think, had kind of a special relationship. What effect do you think that'll have on him?
Well, we'll have to wait and see. I don't think there's any question that Rick Adair had an effect on all the starting pitchers, and Felix especially.
Beautiful bunt, forget it. That's a base hit. So Coco Crisp has himself a bunt single, perfectly placed on that grass down the third baseline.
Take a look at the bunt by Coco Crisp. As Dave mentioned, it's perfect right on the grass, close enough to the line to where there's no play for Matt Tuiasosopo. And now Felix have to work hard to keep him over at first base.
15 stolen bases. He's only been caught a couple of times as Derek Barton, the left-handed swinging first baseman, has that big hole open over on the right side now and takes the fastball for a strike at 95 miles an hour. Felix a record of 7-9 and still that earned run average of one of the best in the business at 2.94. One. Darren Brown had to sleep like a baby last night. As a matter of fact, I know he did because I talked to him. He said, man, I had to hit that pillow and I was gone.
I bet. A lot of things going on. A lot of travel for him.
He said his phone started ringing at 6:30 this morning because folks were calling him with congratulations down home down in Texas. 2-hour time difference. He said, I just reached over and turned off the phone, went back to sleep.
Good plan. Get back to him.
And a line drive. It's a base hit right over Josh Wilson into left center field. This one just eluded Wilson. And the A's have something going here in the first with runners at first and second and nobody out.
Let's take a look and see how close Josh comes to making the play. Yeah, just over the top of his glove. Solid base hit for Barton.
The A's in this situation usually don't sacrifice, but I don't know. They've got a pretty good left-hander out there today, and then maybe a couple of runs might be that they're lacking early.
Yeah, and with Felix on the mound, you know, runs are going to be at a premium for the A's, and so maybe he will try it.
Not the first pitch. Kurt Suzuki takes down low ball one ball and no strikes. Bob Guerin done an outstanding job with the A's this year. Has him in the second place. Suzuki a rocket into left field for a base hit. So Chris to third base, and just like that, in about 2.5 minutes, the A's come out swinging the bats, and they have the bases loaded with nobody out.
This is something that we have seen with Felix lately. Clubs being very aggressive with him early in the game. Felix trying to get ahead of people with his fastball, and they're jumping on it. 3 straight hits for the A's.
Well, last night the Mariners turned a triple play. Has it ever been done? Back-to-back well games?
I don't know.
The Minnesota Twins did turn 2 in one game. And still lost 1-0 to the Boston Red Sox. Jack Cuss takes down low. Cuss has hit a couple of home runs against Felix. And a strike at the knees. 1-1. And a slider that time at the knees. Big spot for a strikeout here. Think he'd get it. Chris Barton and Suzuki around third, second, and first. Two and two. Mariners 4-6 against the A's this year. 3 of the 4 wins coming right here. And a swing and a miss. Nice breaking ball in on his hands. A huge strikeout.
Gus, even though he's hit a couple of home runs off of Felix, Felix has punched him out 12 times, making 13 now. Looked like a really good changeup down in the zone.
And Kevin Kuzminoff will be the hitter. Too far inside, high. Ball 1-0.
Kuzminoff, 3 grand slams for him. He's right now trying to get him to hit it on the ground somewhere, get a double play and get out of this inning.
Change. And ground ball foul on the third baseline.
Even though Felix has given up a couple of hits, 3 hits here in the first, he looks like he has one of his better fastballs. He's been 95, 96 miles an hour here in the first.
And foul back. Kevin Kuzminoff in his first major league at bat when he came up with the Indians, hit a grand slam home run. That's a nice way to get started.
It is. Problem with that, though, is they expect you to do it every time.
And a double play ball. There's one, and there's 2. There's some clutch pitching from Felix Hernandez. The base is loaded. Nobody out, and nobody scored, and Felix loves it. So no runs, 3 hits, and 2 are left, and no score.
Numbers for Brett Anderson. Again, limited 43 innings. Had an elbow issue earlier this year.
And Ichiro will take a strike, 0-1 the count. Just 22 years of age. Just getting started in his career. Out of Stillwater, Oklahoma. His daddy is a baseball coach at Oklahoma State University. A little outside. And that slider went around. Ichiro tried to hold up and he couldn't do it. Well, that ball, great movement on it. So 1 away.
93-mile-an-hour fastball comes back with a slider. Ichiro tries to hold up, is not able to do it. That's the first strikeout of the game for Brett Anderson. It's well off the plate.
So here's Figgins, who's had great success against Anderson. He's 7 for 14 against him. And the fastball buzzes right down the middle at 94 miles an hour, 0-1 the count. They give it an 8-game hitting streak going. We'll be joined by former Mariner Jay Buhner next inning. Bone is good as tonight. Good to see him. He looks in great shape. 1 ball and 2 strikes a count. Interesting to get his comments on what has happened in the last 24 hours or so. Alone inside. Good eye, 3-2. And he got him on a good fastball. 96-mile-an-hour heater. So quickly 2 away here in the first for the Mariners.
Take a look at this last fastball. As Dave mentioned, 96 miles an hour. Just throws it right by him on the outside corner. Tripled up on him inside, went away for the punch out.
Jose Lopez, the designated hitter tonight, and batting in the number 3 hole. So Brownie changing the lineup a little bit tonight.
With the left-hander on the mound, trying to get a couple of right-handers. Lopez in good air is hitting 3rd and 4th tonight.
1. A little off but missed. And that's away. Not a cloud in the sky tonight. Been a beautiful day. Cool. Supposed to warm up. And right back with a 95-mile-an-hour fastball.
Yeah, that's what you want to do against Anderson, is get yourself in a hitter's count, which Lopez was at 3-1. Had a good fastball to hit in the middle of the plate. He's back with a breaking ball and fouls it off his foot. Well, it's just the first inning, but he looks like he can throw his breaking ball for a strike whenever he wants to.
And a breaking ball again. So nice at bat for Jose Lopez as he battled and he finds himself with a free ticket to first base with 2 away. And Franklin Gutierrez will be the hitter tomorrow afternoon. Bring 4 to 12 of your family members or friends to the next Safeco Insurance Grand Slam Family Package Day. For as low as $14 a person, you'll get a ticket to see the Mariners square off against these A's, a hot dog, and a Pepsi. So take advantage of this great special at mariners.com/specials. Gutierrez, a shot down the left field line, and it's a fair ball. So down to third base goes Jose Lopez. Digging it out is Carter, and he'll get it back in. And Jose Lopez will advance only as far as third base, but Gutierrez a rocket down the left field line into the corner.
Gutierrez being aggressive, jumps on a fastball. I like the game plan. Get a fastball and turn it loose, and he hits it hard down the left field line. Now the Mariners will have an opportunity to try to score a run with 2 outs.
And Casey Kotzman will be the man. Casey, the last few games, has been hitting in the number 3 hole. Now number 5. And a strike to him on the inside corner. Missed with it. Ball in the strike. So Felix Hernandez got out of a bases loaded, nobody out situation, and now Anderson trying to get out of a 2 out, 2 on situation here. With a count 1 ball and 1 strike on Casey Kotzman. Low and outside.
There's the good news. Mariners making him work. 22 pitches so far here in the first inning.
And he pulls it toward the hole, and it's plugged up there beautifully by the second baseman, Mark Ellis, who makes a rather casual pickup of it and throws him out. Fine play by Ellis on a hard ball. 2 left after 1, no score. Ellis will lead it off here in the second inning. Yeah, we told you the rascal was going to be here. Here he is. Here he is. Vaughn, good to see you, my friend.
Good to see you guys.
And Ellis, a fly ball down the left field line. All right, let's get it out of the way. What's your reaction to what's happened in the last 24 hours?
Well, it's just unfortunately, at this time of year and the team's playing the way they're playing, there's always a scapegoat, as I'm sure you guys have been talking about. But, you know, I like Brownie. I think he's a great guy, great manager. He's earned the stripes, and it'll be interesting to see how things go. There's a lot of young guys down there. I think he can help out. So
it's a bottom line business when things don't go well.
Oh, boy. There's no doubt about it. But, boy, when you look and see 7 managers now in the last 9 years, that's kind of tough for me as a fan to digest.
Right. So Mark Ellis is down on strikes, and for Felix, his second strikeout of the ball game, and Rajai Davis will be the hitter. And Davis hitting .278.
You ever been on a club when a manager was let go mid-season?
I haven't. No, I was broke in with the Yankees in '87 and '88. I broke camp with them, and about a month into it, Billy Martin was relieved of his duties for Lou Piniella, and that was it. But I was too young and naive at that point in my career to understand what it was all about, to be honest with you. I was one of the first transactions, though, to go back down on that Columbus shuttle.
I was on that shuttle for a while.
Yeah, Lou wasted no time saying, "See you later, big fella."
Little did he know what you would do for him years down the line.
Yeah, the worm turned, man, and he ended up being one of those managers that I would definitely take a bullet for.
I was saying last night that for Darren to come into this situation's got to be tough.
How tough is it?
Well, I mean, you know, he's having a lot of success in Tacoma with that club, and he's thinking about the playoffs and getting some of these other kids up here to the big leagues. The next thing you know, he's on a plane
and the grind, you know, the travel. I mean, they've been what, 27 games in the last 30 days or something crazy.
Right. And here he is, and he's walking into a clubhouse. Obviously, things haven't gone well, and that's got to be difficult in itself.
But I tell you what, I bet he relishes the opportunity, man. He's going to make the most of it. I mean, everybody wants that chance. We all want to play in the big leagues. He wants to manage in the big leagues.
Well, there's been an organization, man, with the Mariners now for a long, long time. And he certainly deserves that opportunity. And, you know, they say interim, and that's fine. Everybody probably is interim somewhere along the line in their life. But you know, if all of a sudden you catch fire, and then you got to start thinking, you know.
You never know. Look what Buck's done in 7 games since going over to Baltimore.
6-1,
yeah. I mean, I know they paid him for that, but it's, you know, a new face can change things around a little bit. And they got another guy next to him on his bench coach, Roger Hanson, knows a lot of these guys too. That's not afraid to shake a few things up as well.
Yeah, and for crying out loud, they won again tonight. 14
to 8.
8. So they're 7-1.
runs. That's a lot of runs for them. That was a good month for them at one point, wasn't it?
Good month for America.
Yeah, you said it, not me. Good, clean fun.
Felix would love to have a few of those.
I bet he'll start with 1.
Broke his bat.
That's a big boy there.
Yeah, he's a good-looking kid. He's one of their top prospects, Chris Carter. Here in the second inning. 3 up, 3 down. We go to the bottom of the second. Delighted to have Jay Buhner with us tonight. There is no score. Adam Moore hits a fly ball on the first pitch thrown to him, and another routine fly ball out to Rajai Davis. That'll take him right to the warning track in right field. So 1 pitch and 1 down here in the second inning, and Ryan Langerhans will be the hitter. Talking to Michael Saunders before the ball game, and it's been a while. He's banging that wall out there, trying to make the catch on that home run. He said he'll probably be back on Friday when the club opens the road trip in Cleveland. And what a road trip it'll be. There's the kid from Victoria. He has a bruised right shoulder.
Good looking player. I think, wouldn't you agree with me that going into spring training, if he has a spring training like he's capable of having, it's pretty much his job to lose, I would think.
Well, I would think so, too. He's a big kid. He's shown some pop this year.
Got a nice swing.
Can really run. I think he's a plus athlete, and you need to give him every opportunity to try to develop. And being from Canada, he probably hasn't played a whole lot of baseball in his life. So give him a chance to figure things out. He's going to struggle at times, but that's part of the process. I mean,
he's made some nice plays off that wall. He does the little things like the simple things that you think are unwritten rules, like hit a cutoff man. But he's pretty polished when it comes to that, what I've seen.
Swing and a miss, and the ball dropped, but it's picked up by Suzuki, and he throws high. But Barton comes back on the back. Let me ask you, guys, both the same question. How long did it take you to become comfortable at the big league level?
Oh, time-wise, I don't know. I can remember in '93 with Lou, I was that 24th, 25th guy, and I got a pretty good game in Oakland one day. I got a spot start, and I had a good game, and I felt like after that, I'm okay now. I'm going to stick around for a while, and I belong up here. I can play here. Because it was really the first chance that I had to stay, because I was like Jay, I was on that Columbus shuttle when I was in New York. And when I made the club in '93 out of camp, I was doing everything, caddying for Jay, and at that time Edgar was still playing third.
High chopper off the plate, and the throw by Ellis in time for the third out. We'll get Jay's reaction to the same question when we return. Quickly, a 1-2-3 Mariner try here in the second, and there's no score. All right, Angie, Cliff Pennington leads it off, and we'll take the pitch a little bit outside. Ball one ball, and no strikes as we move into the third inning of play. There's no score here tonight. Game 2 of this 3-game series between the M's and the A's, and Pennington takes high and away. Ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes. What did you feel comfortable?
It took me a couple of years. I think the biggest thing for me was getting to know what my role was and knowing I was going to be an everyday player. And so when I drove into the ballpark, I knew I was in the lineup. I was going to get a chance to get 4 ABs. But it did take me a good couple of years before I basically learned an approach at the plate, not to come off that approach, and get to know the umpires and the strike zones and some of the pitchers. And Mike and I were talking earlier, it takes a while to get to know and get familiarized with some of the pitchers and what their tendencies are. So it's a little bit different now, though, with all the technology they have and scout reports, and I think there can be too much information nowadays.
And a swing and a foul back. And yet, after you became comfortable, you not only became comfortable, you became a team leader. And that's something that not everybody can be. And I know that for a fact. I've been with you most all of your career. You were the one guy that people could go to. You were the one guy that would chew people out if they made a mistake. You were kind of the police guy in the clubhouse if somebody made a mistake. And yet you were the father confessor. You could always have somebody come to you and talk to you, and they'd tell you their story. When did you get that role? How did you develop that role?
I don't know. I mean, it's just it was always kind of part of my game, really. I mean, I was, when you go to war with these guys, I want to make sure that everybody's on the same page, and I always made a point to get to the ballpark early and kind of kick a guy in the butt if it needed, or a guy a pat on the back. But that was how I was taught the game. I mean, I came up with Bucky Dent all through the minor leagues. I had the luxury of him being my manager all the way up, and I'd give all the credit to him because he wasn't afraid to pull me aside at an early age when I was coming up and kind of explain the rules to me. So, and breaking in with the Yankees too, Michael agree. You learned a lot when you were at the Yankees. I mean, you shut up and you sit in your locker and you see no evil, and you kind of sponge it in, and what you see here and say here stays here when you leave here. So,
and look out.
And I think we'll agree that that's what's kind of been lacking over the last 4 or 5 years. I mean, and thank you for the compliment, but I was one of, I think we were very lucky to have a collective group of guys in the mid-'90s, and Michael, you'll agree. I mean, there was from Chris Bosio that took care of the starting staff to Norm in the bullpen. I mean, it was a collective group of guys that weren't afraid to kick a guy in the butt.
Yeah, I think too, along those lines, it is part of just Jay's personality, but I think Jay struggled like we all do, and at times he had other people that he could talk to.
Oh, just off the glove of Lopez, almost made a tremendous play. I beg your pardon, of Tui.
I think one of the things, Jay, that is a little bit different nowadays too is we used to sit around and talk about it a lot. You know what I mean?
No doubt.
It was
over Diet Pepsi, of course.
Of course. But I mean, that's how you get closer. I can remember, I'll never forget this, is being in Seattle and then getting traded to the Dodgers, and what a world of difference that was for me, just because of the guys that we had here in Seattle, and then going to a different situation, it was completely different. It's not always that way.
There's no doubt about it. That's the old saying, the grass isn't greener on the other side. But you're right. I mean, and I think a lot of that, too, is when Lou came over to the Mariners, he brought credibility. There's no doubt about that, and accountability. And we loved to sit around, and we did that quite often. We'd stay and sit around, shoot the cut, and get to the ballpark early and have lunch together. And it's good times.
Yeah.
Little chin music that time for Coco Crisp up and in. Ball one ball and no strikes with Cliff Pennington at first base and nobody down and no score here in the third.
It's amazing what winning can do, Dave.
Yeah.
It makes it fun to go to the ballpark, Dave.
This is Derek Barton, not Coco Crisp. And a strike is called on the inside corner. And one. And then there was always that steely, silent strength in that clubhouse guy that wore number 11.
Big Poppy. Yeah, speaking with his bat. He didn't say a whole lot, but the few times he did, oh my goodness, did he get people's attention.
2-1, double play ball maybe. Right to the bag. There's 1 and 2. See you later. So 6-3 in the double play. We go to the bottom half of the third inning, and there is still no score. Third time for our AT&T trivia question, and it's a good one. Which Mariners batter hit into a triple play in his second career at bat? Was it Archimedes Pozo, Tom McMillan, Ron Ryder, Quinn Mack? And I think you two guys probably are familiar with the answer to this. The delivery is a little bit low and outside to Josh Wilson. I will just say this. The answer to this question, I will never forget this man, because I think that after that particular game, Lou Piniella gave him a ticket and said, "See you later, son. Nice try." I think he not only hit into a triple play, but a double play, maybe twice, and struck out with the bases loaded.
That's a good way to start, huh? It's all uphill, Chopper.
Didn't somebody, I think somebody from the New York Times maybe, or I think it was the Times, that had an article about him.
And it's fouled away, out of play. 2 balls and 2 strikes. I am told that he is now a pharmacist in Pocatello, Idaho.
Oh.
And, you know, I think it was his only cup of coffee, too. I mean, poor guy works hard, long time. Only had 3 at-bats in the big leagues. He was almost Moonlight Graham. And the pitch is popped up into shallow right field. Decent play out there for Mark Ellis.
I'm sure he enjoys talking about that with his friends about his time in the big leagues, huh?
Oh, I'm sure he does. I just felt so sorry for the kid. He could not do anything right that particular game.
We all have those games. It's just too bad it happened on his first one.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, his debut.
Yeah.
Ichiro struck out in the first inning. And a high chopper over the mound. Nice play. Look at that pick out there by Pennington, barehanded, to throw him out.
Not only that, the communication between him and the second baseman right there. Outstanding.
Take a look at it. Chops it over the mound. Usually when he gets by the pitcher, it's a base. You see Mark Ellis, the second baseman, trying to get out of Pennington's way. Pennington's a good athlete. That is a nice play, though, to barehand a ball when it's moving like that, and then to be able to get rid of it, because a lot of times it gets too far into your hand and deep into your hand. You can't throw it accurately, or you end up throwing a changeup. Nice play.
And you got wheels going down the line, too, in Ichiro.
And a strike on the outside. Going to the answer to our AT&T trivia question. Yeah, it was. Poor Ron Wright. Back on April the 14th, 2002. I believe he was down in Texas. As Sean Figgins has taken a strike and the delivery is outside. And the count of the ball and strike. His first at bat, he struck out with the bases loaded. His second at bat, he hit into a triple play. And his third at bat, he hit into a double play.
That's unbelievable. I mean, that's a rough day.
Tom McMillan was the fans' choice, just barely. Ron Wright was a close second. Two and two. Man, wicked pitching. Well, I'll tell you, a run is going to be a premium tonight. At strikeout number 3 for Brett Anderson. We go to the 4th. No score.
Good to see you, Bone. How are you?
I'm wonderful. And yourself?
Doing very well, thank you. This is a pretty good pitching performance by these two gentlemen right now. Mike, both guys off to a good start here.
Yeah, Jay and I were just talking about it. Anderson has the good fastball going, topping out at 96 miles an hour. Hard slider at your feet. Jay and I both being right-handed hitters, that would have been a tough day for us. And Felix is, doing his thing right now. Pitched out of a jam in the first, which was really impressive, by the way. And he's cruising right along.
A couple of double plays for
his
behind
best friend.
Felix. Yo, gotta have it. And Mike, as we've talked about, every 4 or 5 days, get the man some runs.
Yeah, it's been tough for him. Run support has been an issue for him and Vargas.
Kurt Suzuki punches one foul, 1 and 2.
It's one of the things I think with Felix this year, Jay, that I was commenting in his last start when the guys were struggling to score some runs for him, is the way he's handled it. He's done a great job and just continues to grind out there. And I don't care who you are. I guess as a hitter, if you're lining balls all over the place, you can't get a hit. You know how frustrating that is. And he's handled it well and just continues to compete and throws his 110 pitches, does what he can.
Slicing drive to right to Ichiro.
And it's easier said than done to go, okay, I'm just going to stay within myself and not try to do too much or add too much. But you're right. I mean, in that first inning, a little bit of a hiccup in the road there, and he gets out of it. And I think that was off to the races for him.
Yeah.
He's a stud, man.
Yep,
There's no doubt about it. Quality starts. I mean, that's why he's one of the leaders in ERA. That's why he's getting the big bucks, man. He's good.
I absolutely agree with you about how he's handled it, because I know I would go into a padded room and
Well, don't think he probably hadn't done that. Let's be honest. They go down in those steps and they get off the camera. Although last night when you looked at Mr. Carpenter and the conversation he had, sometimes you don't get totally out of sight. Right. But, oh, yeah, they got a few speed bags back in there to beat up on. Poor Carl sometimes hears a few things. But that's all right.
Yeah, and what Jay was talking about last night, Chris Carpenter, the outstanding pitcher for the St. Louis Cardinals, got a young shortstop, and he thought the young man was out of position a couple of times. And at the end of one half inning, they did go down the steps and go halfway up in the tunnel, but they didn't go quite far enough. There were no fisticuffs, but the veteran got in the face of the youngster.
And you know what? And the young kid, I tell you what, he took it in stride and said, yeah, and went back to the dugout. And, that's the leadership. That's called passing on the baton. I think you'll agree with me, Michael. Somewhere along the way, a little bit of that's getting lost, the unwritten rules of the game.
I would agree. And I think, though, that you handle it in the right way, and as a young player, you handle it in a certain way, and that part of it has changed a lot in this game. You mentioned it earlier, but you and I both breaking in with the Yankees just didn't say anything. We just shut up and sit in the corner.
We weren't even allowed to go get our food. No. We could go in and get it, and we had to go back out to the locker and sit in front of our locker. We couldn't even go eat in the eating room. That's just the way it was.
When it comes to scouting reports and reacting like that to them, making sure in your position, Chris Bosio. Boz had his thing. I can remember him telling me one time, because they had the reports on where they want you to play, and Sammy Perlaza would always look at me, and the infielders and move around. And we came in, and Boz came in, and he looked at me, and he said, if you get off the line one more time, you and I are going to have a problem. I said, he keeps moving. He said, I don't care what he, Lou, or anybody else says. I want you on the line. There. And I did.
Throw out the anchor.
Yeah.
3-2 pitch the cuss. And Jack gets a walk, a one-out walk here in the fourth. First walk by Felix Hernandez. That's interesting. So the Sheriffs, when you guys first broke in, I just wanted to take 2 steps back to when you guys were coming up with the Yankees. The old heads who were dominating, they ruled the roost. They said, hey, boys, here's what we're doing. Boom, boom, boom.
Dave Righetti's, Don Mattingly's, Mike Pagliarulo's. Then you had the old crafty vets like Tim Stoddard and Ron Guidry for me. I had Dave Winfield, Ricky Henderson, Claude Washington.
So you had some veteran guys.
Yeah, collective group of guys that basically you weren't about in big boys, too. You weren't going to say nothing. No. Yeah. Yes, sir. Because if not, you better pack a lunch.
True enough. Russian. Kevin Kuzminoff into a double play, but first. Did not go, says Dan Iasango. Ball and a strike. That part of that kind of tradition, you guys, so you find that loss in terms of veteran leadership, maybe being as demonstrative and forceful in terms of, hey, these are certain criteria, this is certain curriculum, if you will, that you guys, you have to adhere to. This is how we're doing.
It's not a hate. I think it's just, and some clubs I think still do that. I mean, St. Louis, for instance, they got enough veteran guys that are over there that still continue to do that. But
I think it's exactly that. I think it's the people that you have in your clubhouse.
Mm-hmm.
It really comes down to that. I moved around a little bit, and like I said, there was a couple of clubs I played on. There wasn't any of it.
Kuzminoff is dismissed on a 1-2 pitch. A beauty by Felix Hernandez, his 5th strikeout.
Ooh, some serious movement there.
Some nights it looks like he's throwing wiffle balls, doesn't it?
I mean, he's just got late movement and a live fastball. And then when he throws that heavy ball till you hit it, it's like, ugh.
2 outs, 1 on for Mark Ellis.
What I love about him is he pitches inside. I mean, really, truly. I mean, he's got a great fastball, and he's like, here it is. Let me see you do it. And if you beat me once, you're going to have to beat me twice. I love that. Talk about opening up the plate.
Tremendously. I was talking to Carl Willis, the new pitching coach, and he said that was one of the things, he had in Cleveland as a pitching coach, had CC Sabathia and Cliff Lee back-to-back win Cy Young awards. And that was one of the things he said, hey, They would darn sure come in. They're coming inside, and they're going to go up and down. And we saw that, of course, with Cliff Lee when he was here.
And then you got a filthy yacker like that.
That last pitch. I mean, Mark Ellis is a veteran guy. He's been around for a while and just buckles him with that breaking ball because he has to be aware of the fastball in.
You can't cheat.
No.
2. And that got a lot of Adam Moore. Geez, we have seen Rob Johnson took a lot of hits, and now Adam Moore takes a big pop as we check our Quest high-speed pitch. Anderson topping at 95 and Felix at 97.
And Anderson, on the other hand, has got that cutter on the back foot that you got to, you know, he's throwing 96, and you got to kind of cheat a little bit. And
that is his pitch, that back on right-handers. We saw that a couple times earlier this year, and talking to the A's people, who said when this kid is on, and as he is tonight, that's where he's living. Rob Nodine out to him.
So you want to be a catcher, huh?
Yeah. Boy. And you can't. And in some case, you know, these guys are armored up, and sometimes it just doesn't make any difference.
Yeah, but the inside part of that leg don't get armored up, and that'll leave a mark. I don't care how tough you are. Take 96 off the flesh, don't feel good.
No. I'll take a pass on that. What's choice B?
Jamie Moyer, 82.
Thank you. I think I'll take my chances with that one.
And he still laughs about it.
I mean, Felix has got so much movement on it, and then the ball gets fouled off.
And he has the hitter 0-2, so guess what, Adam? Get ready to catch this next one. Bury another one.
No score. 2 brilliant young pitchers getting after it tonight. Felix Hernandez and Brett Anderson. 1-2 to Ellis. That's exactly what the pitch was. Ellis probably knew it, and not a doggone thing he could do about it. Strikeout number 6, and Adam Moore gets a deserved rest. Second baseman. This was the shorter version of what he said. Let me make this clear. I hate the Cardinals.
And you got to love the outcome, too, today.
We'll continue that story as Lopez bangs one off the chest. The Kuzma stays with it, throws him out, and let's pay it off by going to Angie Mente. Johnny Cueto didn't show me anything by getting up on the screen and kicking at people with his spikes. That was pretty.
That's going to cost him.
Yeah. That was not good. Scott Rowland was a very active participant. That's a big man there.
Not a shocker either.
That Scotty was involved?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was.
Well, Cueto, I mean, to me, I'm thinking about it, and listen, things like that are going to happen from time to time, but when he loses it like that, now he's looking at a suspension, and they need him on the mound.
In a pennant race.
In a pennant race, they need him to take the bump every 5 days, and who knows what's going to come down after that.
Well, when you're using your equipment as a weapon, it could be 10 days. Very easily.
2-1 to Gutierrez, 1 out.
The outcome was great, though. It's amazing how the game can police itself.
Nice hop to Pennington. He controls it. A nice throw. 2 down. So Yadier Molina homers, goes by Brendan Phillips and gives him a little cape as he goes by, and it was beautiful. I didn't see it. You must have been.
Oh, I was. It's the beauty of the game, man. I love how you don't get mad, you get even. And there's no better way to do it than take a guy yak and then give it right back to the guy that started the whole BS. Love it.
Mariners have had 1 hit. 2 out double by Goody in the first. Look at it.
There's your little inside cheese.
Speaking of pitching inside. Stay loose.
Well, I think he is now.
Anderson's retired 9 straight.
It's the guys, though, Michael, that do that. They come right back again and throw another one up in there, and then you go, ooh, now he's got my attention a little bit. Most of the time they come in there once and go right back out.
Right. And they'll do just what he did, throw an off-speed pitch away from you.
Just to let you know, oops, sorry.
That's decidedly old school. Come up here when you back it up. I like that. Become 1. Now here's another one, just in case you weren't paying attention.
Yeah, because usually I'm going, okay, he's going to throw me the soft stuff, so I'm sitting on it and diving like a big dog out over the plate, and he goes right up underneath my chin again. Ooh, wake-up call. Gets the heart rate going.
1 and 2 to Kotchman, up high, 2 and 2.
It's the beauty of the game.
Kotchman 0 for 4 runs scored last night. Anderson's had some elbow problems, forearm strains, been on the DL twice this season. This is just his 9th start.
They got an impressive young staff. I was listening to you last night, Michael.
Yeah.
I mean, they got some great arms.
Trying to lock him up for a while, too. Finds a hole, base hit, 2 out, single for Casey Kotchman. It's always one of the most collectible giveaways of each season. It's right around the corner. Mark your calendar for Ichiro bobblehead night, Friday, August 27th. That's when the Mariners take on the Twins. First 20,000 fans receive an Ichiro bobblehead courtesy of UW Medicine and FSN. For tickets, visit Mariners.com or any Mariners team store. Speaking of the Twins, they win at Chicago by a final of 12-6. Saw Kadire go deep for a 3-run homer. Mr. Tomey went deep. Some team.
That's a nice pickup, getting Jim Tomey in there for that left-handed bat with some pop and then some leadership. And guy can still hit. Amazing.
Talking about these young pitchers, what I was thinking about in last night's game was it's exactly how they did it last time when they made a nice run in the West for a few years there when they had Hudson, Zito, and Mulder, and it looks like they're heading in that direction again with these guys.
Isn't that amazing? And then they lock them all up, which is smart, and then they trade them off and get some great young arms again. Pretty smart. Billy's pretty sharp.
And the other thing with it, too, is I think they were also fortunate that they had some people come through their organization position player-wise, and Tejada and Chavez. Jason Giambi was still there. They had Stairs. I mean, they had some guys that could put some numbers on the board, too, which has been an issue for the A's.
Some youth and some good veteran leadership.
Well, they're hoping the Carter kid in left field could be one of those guys, and Michael Taylor, another outfielder they have coming up from Sacramento. Be a couple of big bats as Adam Moore strikes out on a 1-2 pitch. After retiring 9 in a row, Anderson gives up a base hit, gets out of trouble in the 4th. No score and a heck of a pitching duel. Safeco Field. Two pitchers on top of their game tonight. We're in the 5th inning now. Felix Hernandez pitching to Rajay Davis, Chris Carter, and Cliff Pennington. 7, 8, 9 here in the 5th.
Start seeing a little small ball here. Get a run on the board from somebody.
Melissa struck out 6. Brett Anderson struck out 5, walked 1. Felix has walked 1. Oh, and 2 to Davis. He struck out on a 1-2 pitch. Back in the 5th inning. Oh, 2. Dig by Adam Moore.
What's that for a 5th inning? 3 pitches.
Gotta love it.
4 pitches.
Strike 3 call. 3 consecutive strikeouts now for Felix Hernandez. Strikeout number 7. Second one looking. Felix looking for his first win since he beat the Yankees. That was a great game. July 10th. 4-1 complete game. 10 hits, 1 run. 2 walks, 9 strikeouts. Chris Carter. You're talking about offense. You talked about the pitching. This is the kid they're hoping is going to provide be the big bopper. 27 homers and 89 RBIs at Sacramento before getting called up. Somebody told me
it's not bad, huh?
Swing and a miss. And I didn't believe it at first, but there is a little bit of facial resemblance to Ryan Howard. He looks like just flipping. Ryan Howard's a big left-hand hitter. This guy's 6'5". Similar look. Word on him, on Mr. Carter, is that he's been susceptible to that outside breaking ball. And Darren Brown haven't played against him when Darren was in Tacoma, well aware, haven't played, seen this kid a lot. But he's got some pop.
I think a lot of right-handed hitters with right-handed pitchers on the mound are that way.
Mm-hmm.
Takes time to develop discipline to try to lay off of those pitches, but
don't like that slider either.
No.
Didn't even blink at it. Slider away, fastball away, didn't even blink.
Struck out a couple of times last night. 0 for 3. He's gone. Strikeout number 8 for Felix Hernandez. We're in the 5th. Let's check in with Angie Minton. Yes, we do. Angie, thank you. That's a heck of a race. Detroit has fallen out of it, so it's going to be Chicago and Minnesota coming down the stretch. They're in Chicago now. They got another series in Minnesota coming up in about a week, 10 days.
I'll tell you what, though, Freddie Garcia's done. That's been a nice pickup for the White Sox.
It has been.
I mean, for a number 5 pitcher to do what he's been doing.
When we saw Mike not throwing that hard, he was topping to what, 88, 89.
No, but he had good movement. He's always had the great changeup.
And he's smart.
He's smart, yeah.
I mean, got some years in, so you get smarter and smarter.
2-1 to Cliff Pennington.
Sometimes you got to pitch. You can't just throw.
Felix has struck out 8 of the last 14 batters faced. Two and 2 here to Pennington. It's really come on after a slow start in terms of first pitch strikes. 2-2. Corey Blazer, home plate umpire. 3-2 is the count. Felix has struck out the last 4 men he's faced. Here comes the 3-2. Line to center. That's a base hit. 2-out base runner for Oakland. tomorrow. Enjoy some sunshine. Mariners baseball, too. The next U.S. Bank Mariners matinee. A's wrap up their visit to Seattle. Special afternoon start, 12:40. So come on out. Take a break from your work week. Join us here at the ballpark. For tickets, visit Mariners.com or any Mariners team store. Wrap up the A's second visit to Seattle. They'll be back to finish up the season. Last 4 games. Runner goes. Throw by Moore. Down to second. Got him! Gun him down. Cliff Pennington, who was 17 of 19 coming in and stolen bases. Nice, strong, accurate throw by Adam Moore to rub out Cliff Pennington. Bottom third of the order for the Mariners against Brett Anderson. Hit me with those rally fries. Don't give them to the other guys. Breaking ball. Langerhans didn't like that call. Came all the way from England. Huh?
Rally chips.
First grade teacher. She's counting it down, huh? 1 and 2 to
That
Langer.
is right.
So is my wife.
Yeah, 2 more weeks. Yeehaw, we get a vacation.
Langerhans will be followed by Tuiasa Sopo and Josh Wilson. Charging is Pennington. Nice play. One out here in the bottom of the 5th tomorrow, and Mariners All Access interim manager Darren Brown stops by to talk about the state of the ball club and how he sees the rest of the season playing out, plus the latest edition of Tricks of the Trade with Sean Figgins. That and more tomorrow on FSN's Mariners All Access. That Tuiasa Sopo's the hitter. He grounded out the second. His first time up, breaking ball. Good. This is finishing up the second time through here, Jay. Mike?
Don't miss the fastball. I don't think you want to mess around with his breaking ball.
That's always pretty much thrown the first 2 pitches of the first 2 hitters. And he still he throws 96. That's what's scary.
Right.
Popped up, taking a look is Barton. Comes out of the room. Much. High percentage right there, 13 of 17.
It's tough sometimes. You get guys that have plus stuff like Anderson does, and you're hopeful, especially early in the game, that you can start eliminating pitches and maybe you can get on the fastball. And even though he's throwing 95, you have a pretty good chance, but that hasn't been the case tonight. He's been able to throw his breaking ball for a strike when he wants to and then bury it like that. It just makes it tough.
Tui's gone, 2 outs in the 5th. Strikeout number 6 for Anderson. Between he and Felix, they struck out 14 tonight. Felix got 8. Josh Wilson completes second trip through the order for Mr. Anderson. Josh popped out to the second baseman, Mark Ellis.
Yep. Against Tui, he went, what, 2 curveballs, and then he elevated the fastball to get the eyes back up, and then he threw that nasty cutter down and in on the back foot. I mean, that's just.
Tremendous pitch.
Josh probably going up there thinking the same thing. Where I'm going to get on the fastball, and he throws him 2 breaking balls, and he's 0-2.
And then, you know, right there with that emergency hack, he was thinking in, and he paints away.
Mariners' best threat was in the first. They hit second and third, 2 out, couldn't score. Since then, they've had 1 other base runner, 2 out single in the 4th by Koch. Kuzmanov stays with it. Throws out Josh Wilson. 3 up, 3 down in the 5th. Another 0 up on the board here at Safeco Field. September 4th when the Indians visit Safeco Field. For tickets to the Mariners Fleece Blanket Night, visit Mariners.com or any Mariners team store. Cast of thousands in the booth today. Dave Sims, Mike Flowers, Jay Buhner, we got Robbie, we got Chris, we got Bubba. Who else is here? Fly ball left field. Langerhans will put this away off the bat of Cold Crisp. Check in with Angie Mintek. Baldo Jimenez has been magnificent all season. Amazing pitcher. Mariners got to see him last year in a visit to Colorado. He's established himself as one of the great pitchers in the game. Felix quickly ahead of Derek Barton. 0-2. Barton with a single to center back in the first, hit into a double play in the third. Felix has struck out 8, walked 1. Giving up 5 hits today. Swing and a miss. Barton's gone. Towing with it. Strikeout number 9. 2 down here in the 6th. Let's take a look at the Mariners calendar. Brought to you by Sleep Country USA. Finish up with Oakland. 12:40 start tomorrow. Travel day Thursday, and the longest road trip of the season. Cleveland will get to see Buck Showalter and company in Baltimore, the Yankees and the Red Sox.
You got to take 2 suitcases on this road trip.
Come home, day off, and then you get the Minnesota Twins back for a second time this season. The road is hardly easy coming up here for the Mariners. How'd you like this 2-weekers?
I wasn't a big fan, but we did it way too often, unfortunately. You learn to live out of a suitcase, that's for sure. That's what I said, on a road trip like that, sometimes you do have to take 2 suitcases with you.
Hey, you're not going to spend some time in the laundromat?
No.
Ship it out like
sneak it to the clubhouse. Although I would send it out because that's when we used to be able to write it off. But now you can't write it. Now you can't get away with it.
2-0 to Suzuki. Good fastball.
You're right, though. I mean, it looks like Felix is toying with them. I think he gave up most of the hits in the first inning. Since then, both these pitchers are sitting in a rocking chair and just doing just about whatever they want to do.
2-1 to Suzuki.
Some ugly hacks too on both sides.
You know what's going to be interesting is Darren Brown might have a tough decision to make trying to limit Felix's innings. He's at 180 right now for the season, and they've been taking him out early. I'll guarantee you Felix doesn't want to come out of this.
That's not in his farthest thoughts, Mike. Yeah, you're right. I mean, you're right.
I guarantee he won't give him the ball.
2-2. Swing and a miss. Suzuki's gone. Strikeout number 10. A 1-2-3-6 for Felix. No score here at Safeco Field. All right, Angie, thank you very much. Top of the sixth, top of the order for the Mariners. Brett Anderson has befuddled the Mariners this evening. Felix Hernandez has done a good job against the A's, striking out 10. Anderson's K'd 6. Shortstop Pennington made a nice play. Take a base hit away from Ichiro last time up. Started the night 9th batting average in the American League. Up the middle, Pennington. No base hit. Another infield hit for Ichiro. His 38th. Leads the major leagues. Got a runner on. Got him on. Got to get him over. Get him in.
Be nice to be able to run like that, wouldn't it, Mike?
We'll take a look at it. It's back up over the mound again. Pennington doing everything that he can. He made a nice play against Ichiro earlier in the ball game.
Hit number 146 for Ichiro. And with that hit, that gives him 2,176 ties him with Will Clark for 180th all time in Major League Baseball history.
We'll see if Figgins is going to try to bunt him down to second base. Kuzminoff playing in at third.
Figgins has 9. There's infield hits. Figgins has 9 sacrifices. Team leader. Stabs at it. Fouls it. Cash in on this opportunity. Good bunt. Anderson fields, throws the Ellis to second baseman. Sacrifice executed. Number 10 for Figgins. Sacrifice 1-4, 1 out. Ichiro down to second. Now Lopez de-aging today. His chance to drive in a run. Ball one. Lopez third time up. Started off with an off-speed pitch. Get a fastball here. Everybody knows his zone. Enter third. You got him sitting on a curveball, Jeff.
I do. I'm looking for him.
Mike, you in on that? Sitting curve?
He's been trying to work ahead with his breaking ball. Now you have first base open. And there it is. You can keep throwing it. I think if he throws his fastball, he's going to waste it. He's going to come way inside, maybe elevate a fastball, but he's going to want to get him out with his breaking ball.
One to Lopez. You get a good look right here. Behind home plate.
Fastball inside. Move his feet around a little bit.
Coming back with number 2. Ichiro at second, 1 out. 3-1. Best threat the Mariners have had since the first inning when they had second and third, 2 out. Gottschmidt grounded out second to end that. First time since that first inning, the Mariners have had a runner reach second base. 3-1 to Lopez. Kuzminoff flags it down. 2 outs. See what Angie Mentink has. Back here with Franklin Gutierrez and Bob Guerin out to speak with Anderson.
He's going to talk to him about Gutierrez. Gutierrez hit the double. He's probably talking to you want to go with him. You have first base open. You have the left-handed hitter Kochman on deck. Casey had a base hit in the hole. But I think as far as damage goes right now, he's more concerned about the right-handed hitting Gutierrez. So it's either put him on or pitch around him, make him try to hit a tough pitch. You have first base open.
Let's see what gives here with Goody.
They're going to put him on.
Working against Kochman. Fifth time Gutierrez has been intentionally walked. Ichiro leads the team with 11. The second walk issued by Anderson. Kochman last time up got a base hit to left. He's 1 for 2. 5 for 29 on his homestand. You're in his shoes. You're left-handed pitcher. Kid's dealing today. The approach right now, I mean, I've got to get the running. But given how he's been pitching left-handers, what's the thought process? Walk us through.
Well, I think for me, I think that the tendency is to try, especially after a guy's been walked in front of you, to do too much. He really needs to settle in. His base hit that he had to left field is all he really needs right now. Put the ball in play somewhere, and hopefully something good will happen.
Strike one. Ichiro reaches on an infield hit, sacrificed the second by Figgins. Lopez grounds out. Gutierrez intentionally walked. Base hit right field. Here comes Ichiro. He's going to score. 1-0 Mariners. A solid rocket base hit by Casey Kochman. His 37th RBI. Mariners lead 1-0 here in the 6th. 2 for 3 night for Casey.
Threw a first pitch fastball away. It looks like this one's back inside. Pretty good fastball. Nice swing, Casey puts on. Nice level swing fastball above the belt at 94 miles an hour. That is not an easy pitch to get to. A good piece of hitting by Casey Kochman.
Does a nice job of keeping his hands inside the ball, pulling his hands in. And a nice job by Franklin Gutierrez out there base running too.
Adam Moore. Gutierrez at second, Kochman at first.
Gotta love that 2-out lightning.
Gotta have it. Mariners yesterday in the first, 2 out RBIs. Runner goes, throw down the third, not in time. Gutierrez his 16th stolen base.
I like it. Fall into a pattern, one look and go. See you later, I'm taking it.
High throw by Suzuki. Gutierrez.
Better make sure you're safe, though. Hey, great job. You always say, hey, great job when he makes it.
Yeah, so true. 1-1 to Adam Moore.
He's just one of those guys that can elevate a fastball.
Unusual for a young pitcher.
Yeah, looks good to hit. You just can't get to it. And then he comes back to the nasty curveball. Now he's got the cutter too. So many things going through your head.
1-2. Struck him out. Good pitch by Anderson. But the good news, the Mariners pick up an RBI. Casey Kochman gives the Mariners a 1-0 lead. Here in Seattle, glad you're with us at Safeco Field. Top of the 7th, the Mariners have taken a 1-0 lead on a Casey Kotchman 2-out single in the 6th. Felix Hernandez goes to work against Jack Cust. Felix with 10 strikeouts, 1 walk. Give up 3 hits in the first inning. Scattered 2 more since then. He's had Adam Moore throw out a base stealer and Cliff Tenney's 0-2 to Cust. $21,377 here at Safeco Field this evening. You watch Felix Hernandez try to get win number 8. Deep drive to left field, backing up Langerhans, just shy of the track him out. The excitement of the United Soccer League. They take the pitch tomorrow night from the Rose City when the Portland Timbers collide with the NSC Minnesota Stars. Match time 7 p.m. on FSN and FSN HD. Kevin Kuzman up, has bounced into a double play to end the first and struck out looking. Hernandez with the 10 strikeouts. His season best is 11. It was at the Yankees in New York, a 6-5 Mariner win, his career high. 12 against Oakland early April 2, 2007. Tuiasa Sopo, nice play. Dug out by Kotchman. Nicely done. 2 outs.
Casey just making it look easy.
Would have been a good hockey goalie at some point.
Oh,
this is not an easy pick. Tui was a great stab. Spins, and typically when you spin like that, you're going to throw a sinker. That's what he does, and he comes up with it over at first. Take another look at the spin.
Nice lobster claw over there. Using the whole glove.
He's amped, even more amped now. 2 down, swing and a miss. Ellis, strike 1. Something off of that. Pumps in a strike. Boy, he's feeling it.
Hey, you hit that.
He's feeling it, right?
That looks nasty from up here.
Goodbye. Ball gets away, though, and Ellis will be on at first base. So a strikeout, wild pitch. Strikeout number 11. Angie Mentink, what's going on? Tough night for the kid. 2 outs here in Seattle. Rajay Davis is struck out swinging and looking. This time to right center field. Gutierrez on the case. So Zitra, look out. Wow. Man, oh man, I'm glad they were able to see that collision ready to happen. Goody got out of the way. No harm done. To the home 7th we go. And resume normal breathing, folks, when we come back. Felix Hernandez, he's got 11 Ks and a 1-0 lead. Lead right now. And Ryan Langerhans swings and misses as he leads off the home seventh. Langerhans, Tuiaso Sopo, and Josh Wilson. Brett Anderson gave up an RBI single to Kochman. That's the only run of the ballgame. That was in the sixth with 2 outs. Look at this staff. Talking about him earlier. Anderson, Brady, Cahill, and Gonzalez. Impressive. And Langerhans goes into right field with a base hit on a 1-2 pitch. Good start to the seventh inning. Langerhans with a base hit. Rally fry time.
Well, we've had people from Alaska, from Florida, from Arizona, all over the place. And tonight we have some from Germany. Kelly and Karen from Germany, and they're a little excited about it. They are bridge fries. We got Abby and her dad Dan here from England.
Show me your sign.
All right.
Show me your sign.
So spreading the wealth of rally fries to European nations.
Might be the most excited so far this year.
Mike, you're gonna make the UN docket tonight. Aid to England and Germany. Special diplomat Mike Blowers. Tuiaso Sopo. Ball gets away from Suzuki. Langerhans holds. Kuzma way in at third. Tui tonight's grounded out to second and struck out.
How comfortable do you think he is up there right now, thinking he might have to put a bunt down? Think he does it very often?
Not very often.
Runner goes. He getting picked off. He left too soon. Throw down to second. Meet. Another base running faux pas by the Mariners.
A little hit and run, huh?
Well, I don't know if it looked to me like it was a straight.
Oh, balk.
A balk.
Called the balk.
Wow.
Telling Bob Garen to stay out.
Wow.
Great job.
Jerry Mills, a third base umpire.
This is a straight steal. He takes off on first movement. You see that a lot against the left-handers.
There's a break.
Yeah, take it now. Take advantage of it. Do you have Tui bunt now? Or give him a chance to hit the ball to the right side.
I give him a chance to hit to the right side, but I didn't see him break the plane right there.
I
really.
didn't either. I didn't see anything. Take it.
Believe it.
Fifth balk by the staff of the Oakland Athletics. First by Anderson. 1-0 to Tui. Big hat, swing and a miss on it. Breaking pitch. 1-1. I didn't see anything unusual at all.
Now he might have him bunt, maybe, but
Craig Breslow up and throwing now for Oakland. Big opportunity for Tui. Well, plate umpire didn't say anything.
he did it, didn't he?
Well, third base umpire is the one that called it right away.
What, me?
Inside 2-2. A 1-0 lead for the Mariners. Tuiaso Sopo getting a chance to play third base tonight. Big spot for him here in the seventh.
Running him out with that pitch.
Triple figures here now. Brett Anderson. Langerhans at second. Gets it to the shortstop. Langerhans has the hold. Pennington throws out Tui. Angie Mentink, your turn. What do you have? 2-game series for Texas. Big win for them, first of 3 with the Yankees. Yankees with a half-game lead over Tampa Bay. There's Josh Wilson, 1 out, runner at second. Tampa Bay an 8-0 winner earlier this evening. Langerhans base hit and balked to second. Tampa Bay beat the Tigers this evening. Red Sox over the Jays 7-5. 1-0. Extra run out there for Josh Wilson. Felix Hernandez, 11 strikeouts, 1 walk. Shutout ball through 7. Reno to Josh with each row on deck. Take it all away, 3-1.
You like to swing 3-0?
Usually I didn't.
No?
No, not usually.
Bounce that one off Suzuki. Yikes. That hurts.
But a lot of it, too, depended on, as you know, who the pitcher was. If you knew it was going to be a tough guy and you don't get too many chances against those guys, I might swing a little bit early in the game, but later in the game, no.
To me, I'm just thinking, obviously it matters who the hitter is too, and Josh is not going to swing 3-0, but I just think for me, with a runner in scoring position, I'd like a chance to try to hit the fastball, because I feel like he's going to give me one 3-0, and just like we just saw, once he gets that pitch, he's got that breaking ball that he can throw in there.
Yep.
There's no guarantees 3-1 that you're going to get that same fastball.
And a lot of times too, it's just a get me over fastball too. So.
Right. And he comes back with a hard breaking ball to Josh that he fouls off, and that's what he's done this entire game. I mean, it's tough when you have a guy that has his stuff and he can also pitch backwards and counts. It's really tough.
3-2. He's got a piece of it.
Yeah, a lot of times you walk back to the bench going, man, I went from being in total control of this at bat to what just happened.
Right.
And 3 quick pitches. I had him right where I wanted him. Yeah, I did.
I mean, I haven't seen anybody square up his breaking ball in this game, and if you get a chance to get a fastball.
3-2 to Josh Wilson. The shortstop again. Josh throws his bat. Disgust 2 down. Langerhans right now pants a rent out at second base. Time out for our U.S. Marine Corps leaders of the game. Last night's triple play, first ever here at Safeco Field. 10th term in club history. And in Major League Baseball history since 1901, the 539th. Of some triple play. Here's Ichiro. Infield hit last time up. Needs to pick up this run. Mariners, 233 team. Runners in scoring position. They've got Langerhans out there with 2 outs. He's been waiting for a big hit. Go back and pick up his glove and think about that one as he got stranded out there at second base. 7 in the books. Felix in command though, but he's got a 1-0 lead. Flowers and Jay Buhner. 8th inning. Felix Hernandez, it's been a treat watching him tonight. 11 strikeouts, 1 walk. Rough first inning, gave up 3 hits, didn't give up a run. He scattered 2 hits since then, total of 5.
What's Felix's career high in strikeouts?
12. Against the A's, April 2 of 07. Here's Chris Carter to lead it off. 8-9 in the morning.
You can tell right now you don't like that slider.
I was going to say, you think he might see that one again?
Another breaking ball, 1-2. Carter. 2 times the A's organizational player of the year. Made his major league debut last night. He's 0 for 2 this evening. Felix just blew him away. Strikeout number 12. That ties a career best. Let's check back in with Angie Mente. All right, Angie, thank you. With Pennington. The way Felix is pitching tonight, this might have been a good skip. I don't know.
The phantom cold or hangnail.
Deal.
I was asking Michael if that was a split finger that he struck Carter out on, because the way it moved, it's just a nasty 2-seam.
Josh Wilson disposes of Pennington, 2 down.
I think it's safe to say he throws a heavy ball.
Yes.
Only 4 fly ball outs in the game.
Felix in his last 12 outings against the A's is 7-2 with a 2.92 ERA. Coco Crisp. The first pitch strike by Felix Crisp with a bunt. Infield hit. Fly out the left. No chance. Absolutely no chance. Strike 2.
Look at by the time. Here it comes. Good luck. Going for that career high, huh?
This will do it right here. If he can get a punch out, it'll be 13. The 0-2. Threw that one extra hard. Well, extra snap one, I should say. It only registered 87, but that arm action coming down, you know, looked like he was amping it up even more. Very economical. 1-2 strikes. 13 is not an unlucky number for Felix Hernandez. Chris knew it. I'm gone. Let's move on. 13 Ks, a career high for Felix Hernandez. In command. right, Angie, thank you. What a performance we're watching tonight from Felix Hernandez. He's got a 1-0 lead. He struck out a career best 13 A's. Total dominance this evening for the big right-hander. What an outing. So 8 innings of 5-hit ball. 13 strikeouts. He gave up 3 of those 5 hits in the first inning and got out of it with a double play. A career high 13 Ks. The pitcher for the Athletics, Craig Breslow, left-hander out of Yale University. First Bulldog in a big league since Ron Darling of the Mets. Biggins to lead it off. Biggins has struck out twice and laid down a sacrifice that led to the Mariners' run in the 6th inning. David Artsman is up and throwing. All placed heater 0-2. To the Figgins. He's alive. Brett Anderson. Pitched well. 5 hits. Runner was earned 2 walks and 7 Ks.
I was telling Jay that it was a bad draw for him tonight. Felix on the other side.
Yeah, way to go. He threw a gem, but hang with him.
Special right through the box, base hit. Swing the bat came in hitting .319 since the All-Star break. This Cabrera telecast is presented by authority of the Seattle Mariners and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Seattle Mariners. Jose Lopez, the hitter now. 1 run, a lot to hang your, not enough to really hang your hat on. Looking for fun here, Jim? He's your 3-hole hitter. I understand that.
I'm looking for a 2-run bomb off a lefty. And that was it. Oof.
Jacking a boxing game box score for the Mariners. Gotchman with a huge RBI in the 6th. The only run. Casey's had a good night, 2 for 3. To Figgins. Back go. Staying alive. Sterling performance tonight by Felix Hernandez. 13 strikeouts through 8. Did he go? No, he didn't. Dan Iasaga. Lopez at 1 and 2. Check out the free Out to Lunch summer concerts happening in downtown Seattle. Catch the Seattle Women's Jazz Orchestra at 2 Union Square on Wednesday, and Lucy Woodward at Harbor Steps on Friday. Find a schedule at downtownseattle.com. 2 and 2. Lopez a walk at 2, ground outs to third this evening. Runner goes. Hit the other way, base hit. Figgy will get the third. A throw by Davis. Not in time, so Lopez with the runner in motion, a 2-2 single to right field. The Mariners trying to build some more advantage here in the 8th inning.
A nice piece of hitting by Jose Lopez. Just punches this ball. Looks like it's down and away. It's a nice little line drive into right field with Figgins on the move with the pitch. He ends up getting over to third without any problems. He'll have a pinch runner. Looks like Michael Saunders will run for Jose Lopez.
Lopez DH tonight. Saunders pinch ran last night. So Wolf is getting ready. Ross Wolf. Nobody out. Runners at the corners. Tieda's double in the first inning. Ground out to short with an intentional walk. It's got a stolen base as well. So Felix Hernandez, he's done his job. David Arnsma getting ready. He's been on a roll of late. Nobody out. Runners at the corners. Mariners RBI leader Franklin Gutierrez up high. Figgins and Saunders, your base runners, 2-0. Aaron Browning, game number 2. Only run of the ball game in the 6th, Casey Kotchman. There's a base hit. 2-0 Mariners. As Gutierrez picks up a run, his 47th RBI. Figgins scores. Felix, right to be happy. See Judy pick up another run.
Like a changeup, little cut fastball maybe, and he's out in front of it. Hits it off the end of the bat, but it's a line drive into left field. Mariners have some action here now. First and second, already scored a run. It's still nobody out. Casey Kotchman with a couple of hits in the game. He's driven in a run.
Kotchman having a great night. Base hit to left. RBI single to right in his last 2 at bats. Runners hold. Brett Anderson started 7 innings, 5 hits, 1 run, 2 walks, 7 strikeouts. Greg Breslow on in relief down here in the 8th. When Darren Brown caught up with some sleep last night after traveling from Omaha a couple of nights ago when he got word that he was taking over. 1-1. Kochman 1-1. Right below us. That went into print row, I'm sure. Wonder if anybody made a catch.
That thing was hot coming up
It
there.
was.
I'm bailing out, throwing you in front of it.
You have wheels, so we all have wheels, so make sure you put them to good use.
Well, wheels on the chair, at least.
That's correct. Ball and 2 strikes. Craig Breslow, 12 games in July, boy, since then at ERA. Not had as much success in the month of August. Saunders and Gutierrez, good wheels out there on the base paths for the Mariners. 1-2, nobody out. Jack Swing to stay alive. Pitch down low. David Arzman patiently waiting out the bullpen. Sean Figgins scored the second run here in the 8th. Pitch. Reaches out, punches it to Ellis to Pennington for 1. Over Martin for 2. Taking third is Saunders. Time now for a Coors Light freeze cam, and what a pitching duel by the starters, Brett Anderson and Felix Hernandez. Coors Light freeze cam, both guys put in big effort here tonight. Felix with 13 strikeouts, 7 for Anderson. Adam Moore, 0 for 3. Hartsman, when he comes in the 9th, will face 2, 3, and 4 in the A's order. Barton, Suzuki, and Cust. Fly ball right field, backing up Davis. He's there, and he makes the catch. David Arzman will be coming on in his last 10 outings. He's 5 for 5 in save opportunities. Looking for number 6. Got a 2-0 lead.
capital of the Northwest.
Seattle Mariners baseball on FSN is brought to you by Banner Bank. Better ideas, better banking. By Geico, 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. And by Taco Del Mar. Come try the Mondo Burrito at Taco Del Mar. It's big on flavor. Dave Sims, Mike Flowers, and Jay Buhner. What a performance, boys, we saw here from Mr. Hernandez.
He was dominant tonight. Look at the 13 strikeouts, only 1 walk. It looked like he could pretty much do whatever he wanted to tonight, Jay.
And as it got later in the innings, his pitch count went down, and he was just sitting in that rocking chair. And I'll tell you what, like I said earlier, just watching him from up here, he was filthy. No doubt about it.
Northwest Dodge dealers call to the bullpen brings us the DA, David Artsma. They turn the case over to him here in the ninth. A 2-0 lead. He faces Barton, Suzuki, and Cust. 2, 3, and 4, and he's been on a roll of late, guys.
One of the things he's been doing is mixing in his split a lot more. He used to just pound fastballs, and he's been mixing his split more. Even if he's not able to throw it for strikes, it gives the hitter something else to think about.
No doubt. Changes the eyes a little bit, too. I mean, that split, that's when that thing's on, that's nasty. That's one of the hardest pitches to hit.
Fastball at 93.
And that's what sets it up, the high fastball, borderline fastball there, and then you come with the pitch about waist, that split, and have it drop off the table, and you get that ugly looking swing.
Missed on that one.
I'm just trying to overthrow it.
Again, for me, it doesn't matter. I like the fact that he's throwing it.
2-1 to Barton. They get 3-1. This guy leads the American League in walks with 68. The Mariner bullpen has been on fire in the last 4 games. Great numbers there. Got back into the count now, 3-2.
I like it. Just go right at it. You got a 2-run lead.
Kurt Suzuki's on deck.
Same thing right here.
Two to Barton. Fly ball center field. Shallow coming on Goody. Got it. As wow, Josh Wilson just got out of the way.
Took charge.
1 out. Ride safe on Sound Transit Sounder Train. For more information on schedules and routes, visit soundtransit.org. One out here in the ninth. Mariners 2-0 lead.
This guy's turning himself into one of the premier catchers in the league.
He's batting up in a 3-hole too. He's a good player.
Good throw.
Strike 1, all important. To Suzuki. Got one of those first inning base hits off of Felix Hernandez. Since then, flat to right strikeout.
Poor Adams is getting beaten up back there tonight.
He has.
Man, he's going to need some gauze pads.
Hounds this one to Fagan. 2 charges. 2 down. Two outs here in the ninth, a 2-0 lead for the Mariners. David Artsma has been outstanding, trying to make it 6 for 6 and save opportunities over his last 11 outings. He's got Jack Cust to deal with. 2 outs, nobody on. Cust to strike out, a walk, and a fly out the left tonight. Cust is 2 for 8. The home run against Archie. Ball away, ball one. Ball one to Jack. Defense pulled around a little bit towards right. Josh Wilson playing pretty much behind the bag at shortstop. One to Cust. And there with a strike, 1-2 to Mariners. Strike away from a victory. $21,377 here at Safeco Field. The 1-2 to Cust misses away 2-2. Ardsman, one of these guys who said, hey, cost the man his job because we have to play better. Well, he's been on fire of late. The 2-2 to Cust. No, misses down low. 3-2. On deck is Kevin Kuzminov. 0-3 tonight. Ardsman's ready. 3-2 to Cust. Foul back. Do it again. Ardsman digs in. So does Cust. Ardsman set. Pitch number 7 to Cust. Fouled off. Darren Brown, strike away from going 2-0 in his tenure. Mariners interim manager. Ardsman's ready. 3-2. Nobody on the pitch. He struck him out lucky. Game over. Case closed by the DA. Mariners win it 2-0. It's their third consecutive win. Fourth in the last 5. And how about Ardsman? 6 for his last 6. In save opportunities, guys. Some clutch hitting tonight for the Mariners.
Well, they needed a little bit of clutch hitting tonight. They got it. Casey Kosman with a big base hit, but Felix really the story. And how about this last pitch? A 3-2 split finger from David Ardsma. Again, really turned the corner. He's been pitching so well out of the Mariners bullpen. But Felix is going to be the story tonight. 13 strikeouts for Felix. Doesn't give up anything over the course of 8 innings. Really on top of his game.
2 hours and 21 minutes. For this one, a lot of heroes in this ball game, but the big dog indeed is Felix Hernandez. Darren Brown goes to 2-0 as Mariner manager, and the Mariners take the first 2 games of this 3-game set, back with an afternoon matinee tomorrow. 2-0, the final here, and we send it off.